Kitty, can ya? What's the matter? Hello! Welcome to the Vintage Girl Next Door. My name is Lacey, and today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this using a 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch barrel curling iron. So stick around and I'll show you how I did it.
Okay, let's get started. So to start out with, I just section my hair, and I like to start curling the bottom first and section the rest out of the way because I feel like that makes it a lot easier. So I just take a small section and I'm using my Kenra hot spray. This is actually number 19 hot spray, but my favorite is number 20, just so you know. This one's okay, but 20 is better. Then I'm just taking small sections and spraying them again with the hot spray to make sure that they're nice and saturated. And I'm taking my 1/2 inch barrel curling iron, and I start my curl in the middle of the hair and then wrap it around and then just kind of scoot it down, as you can see, so that all of the hair is in. And then when we take the hair out of the curling iron, I just kind of slightly open it and slide the hair out so that it stays in the curl. Okay, we're just going to secure each curl with a pin curl clip until they cool down, and that helps us hold the curl a lot longer, and it helps it be a lot more tight of a curl. And also curling from the middle, starting the curl in the middle of the hair and then rolling it up also helps so that it's not just curly at the ends. So I'm just curling each one under and then pinning it with the pin curl clip, spraying each section with my Kenra hot spray. There you can see it doesn't have to be neat, obviously, just so that they're pinned up into place. And then we're just going to do our next section same way as the other one. I slowed it down a little bit again just so that you could see the curling process one more time. And then we slide the curling iron out and keep the curl rolled up and then pin it with our clip. So we're just going to keep doing the same thing. I'm curling almost all of my hair with the 1/2 inch curling iron. And then when we get to the top section, that's when we're gonna switch to the 3/4 inch curling iron. It's just a tiny bit bigger for the curls at the top because I feel like that just gets the wave pattern that I like. And for the top section, I just section off, it's kind of just a square, like from the middle of each eyebrow and then across the back. And that's the section that I curl with the bigger curling iron. And the curling iron I'm using is the brand, I think, Helen of Troy. It's similar to Hot Tools, and I actually thrifted it. I think it was only like, I don't know, $5 or something. And it works great. Okay, now we're gonna do that top section. And I take my sections and then divide it in half again, and then I use the 3/4 inch curling iron. And this is just a Revlon curling iron, I believe, and I just got it at Walmart. So this section, I roll the curls forward, so towards my face. You can see that, and then just kind of pin them. Roll them forward and then pin it kind of down to the side, I guess. And as you can see, I have some little straggler hairs that didn't make it into a curl, so I'm just curling those ones on their own, just so that they're not straight. And there you can see my little bit messy curling iron set. We're just gonna wait a minute until the curling iron set is cooled down, and it's cold to the touch, and then we're gonna take those pin curls out. So just remove all of the pin curl clips, and this is what we're working with here. It's very curly. Bouncy curls. Now for the initial brush out, I'm going in with my wet brush and just doing a first brush through with that. But you can use any brush you want. I just like to use this one because it's easy to go through all of the curls and product and not pull and not be too hard on your hair. Okay, now that we've got them all brushed through, I'm just taking my tail comb and doing a little bit more combing with that, and then we're gonna do some teasing. So I'm just gonna tease this top section. Just take small little sections, and I'm also using my Big Sexy Hair Get Layered hairspray to spray each section because my hair is clean and it needs some product to be able to hold the tease a little bit better. Each section that I pull up, I kind of put it together with the other section that I just teased, so that we don't have just separate lines of teasing, so that it's just one big nest. Okay, now I'm going to take my Spore Nut Little Wonder back combing brush and go ahead and smooth the outsides of that section that I did the teasing in. And we're going to take our duckbill clips and I'm going to put those in. I'm going to put those in. I always put one or two here in the front to hold my height right there while we style. And then I'm just going to use that same back combing brush now to shape and form the rest of the curls and waves the way I want them to look. I usually like to make my bigger wave right here in this section above my ear. So I'm just shaping that the way I want it, and then I'm going to put a duckbill clip in there to hold that shape. And then I'm going to put the duckbill clips all the way around my head there to make kind of like a little shelf situation. Just smooth it down and then stick those clips in. And brush the hairs off of your chest. It's important. And I decided to do a little teasing on this side as well, so there's a little bit of height right there. And I don't know why, but on the left side of my head, I have a real hard time parting my hair with the tail comb. I do it with my fingers. I don't know. And I just smooth that out with my brush, and I'm going to put the rest of those duckbill clips in place. And don't be afraid to take time to mess with it. If it's not looking exactly the way you want, just fiddle with it until it is looking and feeling good. And just keep working with my Get Layered hairspray. It's a really good working hairspray to use while you're doing your style. So that's how my duckbill clips look all across the back. And then I'm just going to keep shaping the curls with my spornet brush, and also do a little back combing on the underneath section here, because I find that if you do a little bit of back combing, that helps you get the curls the shape that you want them to be, and it gives them like a good base, like a foundation to set on, and they tend to last longer that way for me. So I'm just gonna work with it and mess with it until I like the way the curls are looking. And just don't be afraid to keep brushing or keep kind of molding the curls until they are in the shape that you want them. My hair was looking like it wanted to be another wave right there, and so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just forming that other wave and putting a duckbill clip there to shape it, and just fussing with it until it's laying the way I want it to. You can comb it around your hand or your fingers to get the curls to lay where you would like them. And use that Get Layered as you go. Now we're just doing the same thing to the other side, doing a little back combing and then molding the curls on the top. Now we're going to go in with the Big Sexy Hairspray and Play to lock in our style. And spray it, and then take your blow dryer and go ahead and set that hairspray. And you want your blow dryer to be hot but on low air so that it doesn't have too much power. And make sure you get the underneath section sprayed and in place with the blow dryer, and then I'm taking out my duckbill clips and spraying and blow drying more as I go to make sure that's really going to stay where I want it to. So there you have it, curling iron set for a 1950s hairstyle. As you can see, I left the curls in the back a little bit looser and kind of floofier, I don't know how to call it. And yeah, I think it turned out cute. So there you go.
Thanks so much for watching my curling iron set tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will be back with more vintage videos. Bye!